Illawarra! Illawarra! And people don't believe in Wollongong, doubt us all year. You better start believing because we'll be back next year.
Ball driving. 7 seconds left. He pulls the trigger. Big shot taker. Big shot maker. Tyler Harvey enormous.
Oh yes, welcome back to the Hawks Hangout, your one-stop shop and only stop for everything Hawks-related content. My man Corey, like always, here in the Hangouts. Thank you very much to our day one sponsors over at Principal Brewing and Enable You Two, keeping us going, keeping us fueled every single day and every single week and every single episode, guys. And as always, Sammy Aykroyd, 18th Dynasty. This hat has literally not come off my head since the last episode. It is comfortable. I wear it absolutely everywhere. It's amazing. But what's not amazing, Corey, is the Hawks stretch of games at the moment. What is going on? Tell me about it.
Well, this episode, we're going to look into the Cairns review, the Sydney review. We're going to look ahead to the game tonight against Adelaide, and the game that is at home against Melbourne United on Friday. We're also going to do the new segment that everyone's loving, Are You Serious? We're also going to do a new segment called Yeah Nah. So lots to look forward to in this episode, but let's get started with a positive. That Cairns game on November 7th, I believe it was, on a Friday night up in Cairns. We're looking for the Hawks to get their first back-to-back victory of the season, and they did that, winning every single quarter and coming away with 107-90 victory. It was great to see them rack up a score because a couple of games this season where we haven't been able to put many points on the board. So it was probably our most impressive victory of the season so far because I don't think Cairns played badly. The other game we won comprehensively was against Brisbane, but Brisbane were very poor in that game. I thought Cairns were actually pretty good in that game, and it's very, very rare that you beat a team when they hit 16 threes. So that was pretty impressive. What were some of your takes from the game?
I thought it was an amazing game, and we put it out there, and the episode actually dropped the day of the game. And I think it was the night of the game or whatever. It was something absolutely ridiculous, and we put it out there, and Corey made the wild prediction that we weren't going to win, that was going to be our bogey team. It was our bogey team last week. I said, I'm going to go crack open a beer and watch us flog them. We ended up winning by 17, and we won every single quarter. That is the most impressive stat for me. We went the entire game without dropping the lead. They made a little bit of a scoring run on us, but we managed to get back in front and win the game on a clean slate. Massive absolute shout out to Mojave King, keeping him in the game, 32 points.
I think it was on like 13 of 15. Like, he barely missed the dude. And I'm pretty sure he's an injury replacement for them. Wasn't even part of their squad. Like, I think a lot of teams around the league are going to be like, wow, this is a kid who can play. He's had opportunities in and around the NBA and G League and stuff like that. And he's shown that he's a capable player, and he was ridiculous. Hitting threes, getting to the rack, it was quality.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Corey, because it's quite a similar theme that we see with a lot of these injury replacement players at the moment. Because you take someone like Lamar Patterson, for example, cannot get a run at any single NBL club as a starter, is an injury replacement for the Bullets, and he's absolutely killing it. And I hate that
he almost stole that game against Melbourne the other day when they were incredibly undermanned and at one stage down 24. And they had like a couple of shots to level it really late, and
he got it within 4.
He was really special. But Cairns again, McVeigh was pretty solid with a 13-8 near triple-double. A lot of people I'm reading comments about McVeigh saying Cairns have played well overs for him. My comment on that is I don't think he's still the same player. He's still a quality player. I just personally think that Cairns have probably been a little bit unlucky with injuries. Wardenberg was a real key piece for them, and he's barely played. They lost an import at the start. They brought an import in who I don't think really suits the style of play McVeigh likes to play. He's a point guard who likes the ball in his hand over dribbles and likes to shoot a little bit. Like, when he played with Milton Doyle. Milton Doyle is definitely a pass first kind of guy and has the ability to take over games late when he's needed. I just think McVeigh, we begged you. You made the wrong decision. You should have come with the Hawks. Look at this for a starting 5. Like, now that we know how good Hickey has been, Hickey at the 1, who's a pass first guy, Harvey at the 2, who kick out and hit the 3, Wani at the 3, who's just a lockdown defender, McVeigh at the 4, McGee at the 5. No one's going to touch us. We wouldn't even have to worry about getting another import. Like,
deadly duo, Eminem, McVeigh, McGee.
That would have been the unbeatable starting 5. If they were injury free and then just have a couple of pieces on the bench, like, man, McVeigh, I know it's too late now, but I don't think he's I just think the fit's not great for him. But I'll leave it there. But the Hawks were spectacular. Some of the stats from our players were incredible. McGee was ridiculous, knocking down 2 huge threes, 28, 6, and 2. Hickey with his first ever triple-double. We did talk about this on the potty on the night of that game, and we said, man, he's inches away from a triple-double, and he got it. I believe on the box score it says 19, 12, and 12, but I think they took a rebound off him, and it's 19, 11, and 12. Incredible performance. He just looks like he's a chance at a triple-double every single time he walks on the court at the moment. Peatling, again, was a great contributor. He seems to be a little bit on and off at the moment. Like, when he plays really well, the Hawks look great. He had 14 points and was knocked down a couple of threes. We had Harvey, who had a solid 11, but it was great that we didn't rely on Harvey to get that win. But I thought the key contributor to this win, I know Hickey had a triple-double. McGee was incredible. But what got us over the line, we always need that third contributor, and it was Peterson Jr. this time who got the job done. And he came alive towards the end of the third quarter. He hit back-to-back threes. Then in the fourth quarter, he just continued it on. And I did say again in the potty, I felt like he's that sort of guy who has a game in him, but I'm just hoping this is not the only game because we need him to be able to do that consistently. He seems really streaky, but when he can hit a couple in a row, he looks explosive and he looks like he can hit shots from anywhere. And I think that was the key to us winning because Cairns were knocking down threes left, right, and center. We needed something to combat that, and it was Peterson just going bang, bang, bang and blowing the lead out, and they just couldn't bring it back. I thought he was spectacular.
And spectacular is quite literally probably the only word that you could put on it. He hits one shot over the top of Marcus Lee, hand in his face, completely under pressure, and he's absolutely unfazed by it. It stinks. It goes in. I believe they call a timeout after that because they're furious with it. We end up getting the ball back because there's whatever incident there is, and then he hits another one from almost the Kmart logo
on the buzzer
going
into the fourth, and it was just
but then there's another one where I don't know if it's when he's missed it and then they've turned the ball over, Kansas turned it over, or there's a steal of some sorts and they throw it to him and he runs down the other end and he gets it back in again. Then he's hitting mid-shot jumpers. He's hitting threes left, right, and center again, as always. And it was just beautiful to watch. And the shot form, Corey, as someone who loves just watching pure basketball as an art form, his release, his shot, the ball spins. It's not a flat ball. It's not. It is just straight, clean. The flick of the wrist. It's all. It is absolutely beautiful to watch.
Great player to watch, and it was great to see for him because he said in an interview at the end of the game about like how he had his doubts over his stuff, and he was sort of like reflected and he sort of like turned to God and sort of said like not help me, but like let me believe in myself. And he praised, he thanked God for his performance, but he's got the skill set. It's just a belief for him. Looking at him over, we've had a good little chunk of games to look at him. I personally think his skill set is around the perimeter and the three-point line and that mid-range. He's pretty consistent from that mid-range. That three-point line, he can be streaky. And so we've got to probably live with that a little bit. His bit of his weakness, I believe, is probably attacking the rim and finishing at the rim. Like someone like Hickey, I think that's his strength.
Yeah.
Like Hickey is great at that, but maybe his perimeter three-point isn't great. Like in the Sydney game, Hickey hit his first 2 threes, but then I think he missed his next 5. So you live with Hickey probably taking 3 threes a game, but you want him attacking the rim. However, with Peterson, you're probably the other way around, like maybe not so much attacking the rim, looking more mid-range and perimeter for his shots.
Yeah.
So I think he can still have value, but I hope that he can give those performances a little bit more regularly. But that was a great win for the Hawks, and we were all pumped. Our record was 4-6. We're like, kind of come again, back in the top 6. We're back in the top 6, back in playoff contention. And then we had to play our arch rival Sydney, who had beaten 6 times in a row. Back in Wollongong on a Sunday afternoon, sold out crowd. Everyone was pumped. It was a beautiful Sunday. But the Hawks, unfortunately, did not turn up. We couldn't increase that season streak to 3 and that Sydney streak to 7. So
what we're starting on? 6.
Yeah,
6, 7.
6, 7. And so it was just like very frustrating. I felt like the game started really slow. Both teams were defensively strong, and I've really realized with the Hawks, it's happened twice this year at home. We're not great when teams come with intensity and aggression and maintain it, and especially early on, we can't seem to adjust. And it happened against New Zealand. They came hard at us really early with aggressive defense and intensity, and we just couldn't handle it. And Sydney did the same thing. You could see it from the first possession.
Yeah.
Quoll was like up and in on Hickey, and he was grabbish. He was like holding. I felt like, and I was getting frustrated as a fan going, man, his hands are all over him, but he's getting away with it. He's just making a point. This is how we're going to go. Turnover first possession. And I felt like the score was 4-4 after 5 minutes.
Yeah. And it was on the back of McGee, and he ended up scoring the first 7 for the Hawks because he hit back-to-back 2s. The second one was the massive dunk that you see everywhere at the moment. And then he hits a 3, which is absolutely ridiculous that he's now turning into this two-way player. Same as but I'm serious though. Like,
he had 7 of our. I don't know if he had the first 7, but he definitely had 7 of our first 9, and he only ended up with 9 points. So, but Sydney would just, and at one stage I'm like, we just got to get through this period. And first quarter, right near the end, we were down 14-16, and we had the ball. And I'm like, if we can somehow hit the front here, go into quarter time up, that's like going to rattle Sydney a little bit, because they'll be like,
how they winning?
We've just played so hard here. We've done everything the coaches asked for us. Come with intensity, come with intent, come with aggression. Yet still somehow they're winning. But McGee took it in, got called for an offensive foul on Cooks, pushing off. It was one of those calls that I think sometimes would go against us. Am I going to say it was the wrong call? No, because it probably was the right call. But there was only 6 seconds left. KD goes down, hits a mid-range like jump shot.
Yeah.
They go up 18-14. They start the next quarter like bang, bang. All of a sudden, we're down 24-14. And we never recovered. Never recovered.
That was it.
They then got it out to like 24. There was one stage we got it to 10 or 11, and we had a couple of chances to get it under 10, which could have changed momentum. That's a huge psychological thing, I think. But we couldn't. They went 3-3, and all of a sudden it was out to 15, and it was like game over. And I felt that period, just at the end of the first quarter and the start of the second, where they got it out in a really low-scoring game, when you get a 10-point lead, teams go, oh, God, it's going to be really hard to get that back. It's not like a high-scoring game, 10 points can happen like that. It just felt like it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
And it hurt us. And Sydney, credit to them. We hate them. Still hate them. But
You're 6-1, let's be real. And it's Gorgian's first win as a head coach.
You know what?
Since he left Illawarra. So
you know what? But I'm blaming myself.
Why? Blame yourself. Go on. Blame yourself.
A recent podcast, I was like laughing at them saying Sydney suck. Since that time, they have not lost the game. So you know what?
Sydney's amazing.
Sydney are
They're going to win the championship.
And you know what? Hawks suck.
Yeah.
They are rubbish. They can't be consistent.
No.
They can't get it together. One minute they're winning, next minute getting flogged at home.
We're done. The podcast is cancelled. We're done.
Boys,
we're done.
That's your motivation. Like, turn it around. Come on. Like, seriously. Like, if it took Sydney, all it took Sydney was for me to say they suck, and now their season's turned around. Honestly, they have not. I don't know if they've lost since then.
No, they haven't.
They've
gone on
ridiculous, and they've beaten some pretty good teams along the way. I think they beat Melbourne.
Yep, they beat us.
They beat Adelaide. It's ridiculous. But some of the stats from that game, like Sydney, no one really killed us. Like, I think Cooks got player of the game with 13 points. So I was a bit like,
Robinson had 16 and he was 4 from 6
He was the key. Like that guy, they just kept. He was a guy who probably wouldn't have played if Delhi played, and he came out and hit shots which Delhi probably wouldn't have hit. So that was a key for them. He was the guy who sort of stepped up. KD was his solid self, chased a bit of stats towards the end, but like he probably had 18 or 20, I think. And Cooks was just his annoying self. Somehow hits free throws when he plays against us. Can't hit him against anyone else. Unbelievable. And then they just got little chip pins here and there. But for us, it was
lucky. It was just luck. That's all it was. Both teams played like.
No, both Kings played well. Don't get me wrong. They played tough. They played with aggression, and they hit shots that needed to be made. We just didn't have contributions, and it was seen when McGee was a little bit off, got into foul trouble, and his 5th foul I thought was a really poor foul. He just reached in on Cooks where he probably just should have gone back with him, made himself big, and made that guy shoot over the top of him. But he reached in. Almost felt like a little bit like, I don't want to be out here.
Yeah.
Just I'm fouling because I just want to get off. Finished with 9 and 9, probably his worst game as a Hawk. Hickey again was
flirting.
I wouldn't even say that he had like a great game. This is the crazy thing about Hickey at the moment is you look at him and you go like, I looked at the thing, I go, it's 9. I go, I wonder how many like assists and that he got. He probably can't have that many assists because we've only got 71 points and he scored 19 of them. He's probably only going to have maybe 3 or 4 assists. 8 assists, 8 rebounds. He's just incredible at the moment. It's just everything he's doing is great. The 3-point shooting looked like it was improved, but he did miss like he probably last 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Harvey had 18, 4 and 1. Peterson had 10, 4 and 2. We just when you only score 71 points, the stats aren't going to be great. That's what's probably most impressive about Hickey is that he did have pretty impressive stat
line. Yeah.
But
almost double for McGee and almost triple-double for Hickey.
Yeah.
But across the board after that, there wasn't really many other contributions. There was a few rebounds and assists here and there. Poor Dan Greeter, he's been ruled out of tonight's game against Adelaide. They haven't taken him to Adelaide with them. He's being replaced by Luca tonight. Hopefully Luca and Harry get a little bit more game time in this game. I really feel like the aggression from the Hawks, especially our bigs, needs to come out more. Well, this is the thing. I'm not too sure if he's coming back, if he's flown down with them. I'm not too sure. But one point that I do want to mention, and especially in that game, Bolden and Froling, both players out injured at the moment, both still sitting with the team, but sitting behind the team on the team bench where everyone else sits. Big Joe, Biggie sits behind with everyone else. You see our big trainer, Alex, he sits behind them as well. Everyone else that isn't part of like the actual on-court playing team, assistant coaches, whatever else, sits in the row behind. What on God's earth is Sean Bruce and Kelly LePepe doing sitting on the bench, mind you, and then walking onto the court halfway through the game?
Yeah, I feel
heckling the crowd.
I feel if you're not like
if you're out injured,
if you're out injured and not suited up, you should be like, yeah, sitting. I agree with that. Probably doesn't sit like really well with me either. But that game, I'm going to say it was ridiculous. So far this year, we've actually been pumped at home twice, and it's not a great feeling. We go to the Hawks not just for the hope they win every game. We know that's not realistic. We love the team. We love the whole day. We love the build up. We love the people that we get to catch up with at the game. It's more than just wins and losses. Obviously, we feel a lot better when we win, and it actually gets you in a great mood. But that's part of it. Like that's life. Not everything's going to go your way, but we're still going to support these guys whatever happens. Are we disappointed? Of course, we're disappointed. Like we want them to do really well, and when you get a big crowd like that on a Sunday when it's a beautiful day, my biggest fear,
it's convoy, mind you, as well.
What my biggest fear is next time, like with the Hawks, if they go, oh, there's a game on Sunday and it's a beautiful day, but like the fans who come like every now and again, and I'm not going to bag those fans. Like I get it. Like
we're those fans. Like, we are those fans sometimes.
No, we turn up any like whatever. So we're like the fan. There's a group of fans who'll come no matter what. but we want the stands to be filled, and we need the people to come. So I'm disappointed when we do get a big crowd and it's a beautiful day outside and people are choosing to come watch the Hawks instead of going to our beautiful beaches, and we put on a performance like that. It is disappointing because I know that could impact future crowds, and that is disappointing because I want the team that I love to have the stands full. And I'm not naive. I understand there's people out there who like either can't afford to come every time, and if they spend their hard earned and they watch a performance like that, they're going to go, well, I'm not going to come again. I get it. We're not like that, but I understand why other people would be. So it's really important, I think, when the Hawks, they don't have to win at home every time, but you got to put on a big, strong performance. And I just think that was a really disappointing performance. We got bullied out of the game. They wanted it more than us, and I feel like that should never happen at home.
Definitely shouldn't happen at home. Something else that probably shouldn't be happening at home is the absolute smack talk. But
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later
for later on,
and we'll move on, I think, to previewing our game tonight against the Adelaide 36ers. We went very, very close to beating them last time, but this team, I know you said Cairns is our baggy team. Adelaide is definitely our baggy team. I think it's the only team Tatum has not beaten, and we got to play them again away from home. This is not going to be easy. We've got injuries as well.
Finding form.
I felt Gritter. I think we needed a bit of Gritter against Sydney the other night. I don't know whether he was injured in that game. That's what made him not play so much. But he's the sort of guy who can change a game with energy and determination and come up with a big play at either end of the floor. And this is not going to be easy. So someone's going to have to stand up. Like I know McGee matches up quite well against them. Harvey can play well. I know Wani usually does quite well on Cotton. But they just, like last time, DJ Vasiljevic has a big game, standard. Flynn Cameron can play. Isaac White can shoot the hell out of it. This is not going to be easy, but I've looked at the draw for the Hawks for the next 5 games or so. We've got this game away, then we've got 4 straight at home. We need
plus a feed break.
A fever break in between, and that fever break, I hope that we can like get together and Tatum can work his magic because we need something special to happen, because in a blink of an eye, our season could well and truly be over. We are very lucky. I still don't know how.
We're 7th.
We're 7th. But I did say at the start of the season that I didn't think any team would get 20 wins.
No.
And there's a couple of teams at the top who may get there, but I'm telling you, the 5th and 6th could have losing records. At the way it's going now, it could easily happen. Like it's 33 games. You could get there with like what? I don't know.
14 and 17 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Like 15 and 18. You could get with a 15 and 18 record. You could probably make the playoffs, which seems crazy. But if it's the Hawks who get that and you get Froling back, and all of a sudden you go, teams maybe like, and especially if he comes back and he has an impact. Like
you put him at the 4 and he'll have an impact. Oh, mate. I don't even want to think about it.
I don't know. I don't think he's not. He can't shoot from the outside. So it's. I don't know. It's like I don't know. What it just allows is you to play a different style of game. And it goes back to how we can potentially play. Like you could, like I wouldn't necessarily play him and McGee together, but you could play Froling and Bolden together, and then you could go small ball with the other 4 and McGee there, and have like Blanchfield out the 4 and Wani at the 3. But it gives you more options. So like I just think it who knows? But we've got to get there. And what I'm saying is like we could 15 and 18 because look very far away unless we start winning. We're already 4 and 7. That's why that loss against the Kings
hurts for multiple reasons.
Hurts, but we could have been 5 and 6. You tell me 5 and 6. That sounds. I know it's only one game. Sounds so much better than 4 and 7.
But 2 more wins.
We're only 5 and 6. We're 1 win away from 500. Now we're 3 games away from 500. That's why that game was huge. We lost it, but we got to move on. And Adelaide's going to be tough.
Tonight will be tough.
So if we lose that, and we're 4 and 8, we've almost. I feel we have to win the next 4 to get to 8 and 8. we're at worst 7 and 9.
Yeah.
By the time that I think at the 11th of December we play Brisbane, and then we get another week's break, and the next game's like the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
So this little run, right? We've got this game, and then there's this game, and then Friday, and then there's a FIBA break, and we don't from the 21st till the 4th we don't play at all.
Yeah.
So
13-day break.
That's a big break. Well, we can hopefully get that and regroup and get stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Like
falling back.
What? Imagine.
What?
We need to get those wins. But this Adelaide game, I'm going to say this Adelaide game, it's important, but I think if we win, it's a bonus. Because I don't think many people are expecting us to win. But that seems when the Hawks do their best. It seems like when no one expects us to win, we get the job done. But then when we expected, the Hawks are back. Yeah, all the experts, they're back. We just turn up. And
can we stop talking about the Hawks for like a hot second and just like
I feel like the media
stop. Hey.
Wants just say that we're terrible and then we might actually go all right.
Yeah.
But so that's going to be important. But then the Friday game back at the WEC, we play in Melbourne. I know last time we actually put a clinic on against them, and they're going to be ready this time, I believe. They're going to be ready. I know we might live rent free in their heads. But they're not. They're going to be ready. I know their record. They will show that they could probably come in.
Yeah, but like
they're
coming close. Like, how do you let a 24-point lead slip?
Yeah,
against Brisbane,
but
to an undermanned Brisbane.
I get it.
Like
Melbourne again are probably thinking about this game and thinking about these other games. Like you saw that they were annoyed about what happened. They came to the court. I think they're going to come ready, and they've seen what other teams do. They're going to come and play super aggressive with intensity and see if it can work for them as well. I don't think they necessarily did that. We brought that when we played Melbourne, and we sort of wanted to like show Melbourne, we're still the champs, and you've got to take it off us. But I think this time, who knows? It might be like I've said before. Matchups are huge in this competition.
Yeah,
some teams just match up really well. It looks like New Zealand, who haven't got a great record, match up really well against us. And maybe we just match up well against Melbourne. I still think that's going to be another tough game.
Yeah.
But hopefully the crowd turns up again on the Friday, knowing that there's a little bit of a break before we play again at home, get a good atmosphere there, and we can turn it on. Who do you think are some of the key matchups in that game?
Well, just having a look at a few of these games, let's take it backwards a little bit. 11th of December. First point in time, it's a Thursday night game. It's the day before the Friday, which is the 12th. That's my birthday. So it's the day before my birthday. So I would love nothing more than a thrashing against Brisbane at home to then celebrate my 22nd birthday in absolute fantastic style with everyone. But that's a Thursday night game.
Oh, we can go for $12 schnitties then.
We'll go for $12. Icon. No, $12 snizzies at the Icon, and then we're going to Silent Disco for free entry for Silent Disco afterwards. That's what we're doing for my 22nd. Happy days, happy life. 6th of December against Cairns. In Cairns or at home, Corey?
At home. These are all home games.
They're all home games, so very easy to get behind, very easy to get to, because not only that, then 2 days before that, on the 4th of December, after the FIBA break, we'll have FIBA Hickey back. Hickey will go and play for the FIBA break. He's going and playing for the Boomers.
Don't get injured.
He'll come back. He's going to be locked. He's going to be primed. Triple-double king is ready to go. He's going to inspire his little Russell Westbrook that I'm seeing glimpses of at the moment. And that was pointed out to me by my brother. He's like, oh, it's similar to Russ at the moment. And I'm like, stop glazing, bro.
He's like, he's got to be like almost all NBL first team.
I would give him
like
second team at the moment. Yeah.
If he's going to average near a triple-double, like it's hard to deny that. There's no one else in the league who can do what he's really doing.
Well, it's most improved at least. At bare minimum, it's qualified.
But there's no other point guard in the league who is putting up these numbers.
Triple doubles. No, exactly.
So, it's crazy. So if he keeps it up, he's got to be in the mix for that all NBL first team. But
exactly,
this is a massive run of games, mate, and the Hawks need to really lock in. Hopefully, they can get at least one of these next two. And then get into that FIBA break, work hard, get in the gym, get stuff sorted, and then come out of that. Because SEM on the 4th, I think SEM are championship contenders. I honestly do. I see a lot of similarities with them and the Hawks from last year. I think they can really challenge those top two teams, Adelaide and Melbourne. I know that just recently Melbourne beat them, but I just think they've got the quality there, and if they've got a good local contingent of players, that's not going to be easy.
Glover's back from injury as well, and
last time
we know
Glover burnt us hard, and he's going to come out.
Oh yeah,
at his home of Illawarra. He's a Illawarra junior, and he's going to want to do the thing again. But let's move on, mate.
Before we move on, and you like shocking me, and you tried to shock me last week, but I'm going to shock you.
Yeah.
And this is a call to action. Okay. Now, nothing is set in stone yet, and I'm working through the processes of organizing it and getting it all finalized. But those 2 Thursday night games, the 11th and the 4th, and then we've got a few more after that with the 18th. Then there's the New Year's games and all the rest of it that we've got. We want the fans out in action. Now, Corey, I don't know if you've seen the Bulldogs and other clubs and stuff do this, but they usually meet up somewhere and they all walk to the stadium. The players, the coaches, and all of the fans do a march to the stadium. Now, we've been fortunate enough to be asked to help out and be the official runners of this march to the stadium. Now, there will be a massive big social push about all of it when it comes out and when it's all confirmed. So stay tuned for it.
Wow.
Because we're organising it. We're getting it in the works. But the Hawks Hangout will be an official event. We're going to get it in there.
So
we're going to hammer it.
Is it a Thursday? So we're the Thursday night specials.
We are the Thursday night special.
We're
going to hammer it home late night on your
Hawks
drive
night.
home from wherever we decide it's going to be.
We need all the kids who are in late night running amok in Crown Central just to come to the Hawks. March down.
March down with us.
You'll love it. Get a $12 snitty from the Icon. Looking for a new sponsor, Icon. We could have our fourth sponsor.
Fourth sponsor, mate. Let's get it in there. Let's get it in there, Illy. But those Thursday nights, it's going to be epic. We need to bring some energy back into the Wollongong community, and what better way than partnering with the original and best podcast in the Illawarra, the Hawks Hangout, getting in there, getting it done with the fans, by fans, for fans. But Corey, it's time.
It's time.
Are we seriously going to do this?
We are. Are you serious? Now, that could have been one of the things that the march. Are you serious?
Oh, I could have put it in there.
Could have put it in there.
I could have.
But we've got a few little contenders for this week's Are You Serious moment. The first one, and I only just heard about this, and I was like, what the actual, you know what? Death threats to our man, Quinton Peterson Jr. after the Hawks lost to the Kings, mate, because someone didn't win a multi. Now, do you think players really care whether you get your multi or not? And you rather think that if you're silly enough to put so much money on that you think you have the right to give someone a death threat and their family death threats, you're an absolute goose. And honestly, just gamble responsibly. Don't put your massive money on it. If you're going to gamble for fun, and don't gamble what you can't afford. It's not a player's fault. Everyone gets frustrated, but they're not going out there to go oh man, I want to get over 19.5 points so some numbnuts can win a multi. They don't care. And they have no right to care. And the Hawks have a great advertisement campaign at the moment is
reclaim the game.
Yeah, reclaim the game. We go to watch the game. I'm not going to lie and say I don't like having a bet every now and again, but I tell you what, I don't bet outside my means. And usually I bet on the opposition team because I'm the biggest curse in the history of sports. So the Hawks have a better chance of winning. And I still go to the game, even if I have money on the team, and I still go for the Hawks. I do it for the Hawks.
Yeah.
I'm willing to lose money so the Hawks can win because I feel like I'm that big of a curse that my bet's not going to win. So ridiculous. That's the first one. Are you serious moment?
Disgusting.
Next one, Liberty Freeman, the guy who I was saying MVP chance. There you go. I told you I was the curse.
Yeah.
He left. Mental health issues he was struggling. Not downplaying that at all.
No, God no.
Totally understand that.
We get it. This is why we started it.
We both like understand that, and like there's rumors that he's potential to come back to the Bullets. Now that is great for the Bullets, but what this says to me is, was the reason a certain Jalen Adams, or was there other reasons there? I hope if it was the mental health, he feels better, he can come back, because this guy's great for the league.
Oh yeah,
don't get me wrong, and he could help the Bullets in many ways. And now that tragically Casey Prather, who is one of the great players in the league, is out for the season, and I know his wife, I can't speak highly enough of her. She is spectacular in the media. I would say probably the best media personality in the NBA. I know that's controversial.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. No.
I'm not giving it to you, bro. Like, no. I'm not giving it to you. Now, she is amazing. And I know it's nothing to do with sexism or anything, but she's showing that women can still have knowledge of the game and have great respect from the players and know what, like, just hold a conversation in that environment and do an extremely good job of it. She's a pleasure to watch. You can tell she has the respect of everyone in the game. And she is my number one person in the media for NBL at the moment. And it's not, for me, it's not even close. And I know it would be tough for her knowing that her husband, who plays in the league, is not going to play for the rest of the season, but I'm sure she's going to continue to do an absolutely amazing job. And Ariana, I'm sure you're watching right now. But keep up the good work. Next one. Are you serious? Hawks losing by 27 to the Sydney Queens at home on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Like, come on. I don't even want to say anymore. Are you serious? Next one. Are you serious? The Hawks winning when the opposition hit 16 threes in a game. That is very rare in basketball. And finally, are you absolutely serious? Lepepe Longbay, the bloke who isn't even going to play a game this season, carrying on like an absolute goose on the sideline, giving it to our fans, engaging them, going over at the end of the game to one of our sideline courtside fans and giving them the big shush and carrying on like he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. All right, I know you're a big unit, mate, but you're not going to intimidate these Hawks fans. Sometimes just have a little bit of, like, what's the word I'm after? Like grace in what you do. Like, we have beaten you 6 times in a row before that. You are supposed to be the big brother, and we did beat you 6 times before. I know you were desperate to beat the champs. Yeah, I get that. But
you didn't even play, mate.
You didn't play.
Shut up.
So just let the guys who are actually playing the game maybe get involved with that. You know, we don't really fancy the old quiet Noya with a shush, but he's playing and he's hitting shots. He's earned the right. Yeah. But anyway, that's what is your "Are you serious?" moment from those, brother.
I'm going to go through them one by one because I feel like multiple in this one.
This might be a 2-hour episode.
Right. I'll make it quick. All right.
Okay.
Nice, quick, and short. Exactly like my hopes and dreams for Sydney's season. Quick and short. All right. Long Bay.
I thought you were going to say like your sex life, but I was like, hey,
wow. All right. Chill out, mate. Chill out. We've already hit the 6-7 this episode. Chill out. All right. Goodness me.
Okay. Had to have some humor in there.
Lepepe, you carry on. Absolute joke. I think the only 2 people that are allowed to carry on in the WEC are these 2 idiots. Because everyone's always looking at us going, why aren't these 2 sitting on their seats, shutting up when the Hawks are losing by 25 points? When you're up out of your seat, mate, which your seat's been on the bench, you're a bench rider, you come on for some filthy little change minutes right towards the end of a game because you actually can't play basketball.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. He's got big muscles. And another one I want to add, I'm going to add another, are you serious? You just remind me when you said we're down 25. Hawks, like the team who run the entertainment stuff, why are you putting on my man Freddie Mercury when we're down 25 in the fourth? He is saved for big moments when the crowd needs to get involved. No one wants to get done when we're down 25. Come on.
You made him depressed. And you made him very sad. He didn't even get up.
I didn't even get up. And that's my favorite, one of my favorite moments. That is another Are You Serious moment, but go.
We'll move on from Kelly because I think it's just an absolute dog act. You shouldn't be acting like that when you're on the bench. You don't see our players that are sitting on the bench or behind the bench interacting with away fans like that. I think it's stupid. Hawks winning to opposition when they're hitting 16 threes. Yeah, but they were only in the game because of that. Like we had a better all-round game. That's not an Are You Serious moment. I think that's just the way basketball happens. Us losing to the Kings by 27. Yeah, losses happen. We lost at home. It's another loss. We got flogged again. It was to the Kings again. You're 6-1, bro. Chill out. It's your first win under Gorgian against the Kings since he left Illawarra after trying to destroy our club.
Ooh.
So settle down, sit there, be quiet, be the little brother like you are, be a good boy, right? Liberty Freeman back to the Bullets, Corey. I think it comes down to Jalen Adams. I'm really sorry, and I hate to say that, but I know Casey Prather has gone down with injury, and it's an absolute shame. He's come back as an injury replacement for Casey Prather. Jalen Adams has been let go, whether or not they run with a 2-import system, whether or not they find another import to replace Jalen Adams' situation, I'm not too sure. But that host that comes
Freeman
back
Liberty
in there,
could go crazy. He could average 30 if he's got
well,
the
not
ball
only
in his hand
that,
all the
but
time.
they've got another few players out. You've got Jacob Holt, who's out, and I don't know if he's going to be out indefinitely or if he comes back as well. You've got McDaniels, who's still out, and that's a huge, massive out for them as well.
Defensive specialist, like he's like their one-e really, and yeah, they do have their excuses, but I hope for Brisbane's sake, because we have said also that they're the only team who haven't made a top 6 since the top 6 got brought into the league. Yeah. And I thought they would be a big chance this year, and they've had lots of things go against them. But what? Come on.
It's the Are You Serious? Like, I'm sorry. Regardless of how a team plays, how a player performs, how anyone performs, for you to think it's okay to sit there, send a player a personal message, and mind you, QJ's account, like, you've got to follow. It's a private account. You've got to follow him. He's got to accept you for you to be friends. Okay? He doesn't have to follow you back, but he's got to accept you to be a friend with you on Instagram. And that's where the messages come from. It's come from Instagram. So this person has obviously friended, whether it's through our social media, whether it's through other social media posts from NBL, whatever it is. And if it's through us, I'll take responsibility and say, I'm sorry that someone has felt the need to go use our platform to follow you, to send you a message, because no one should be sending players messages. No one should be posting anything in regards to that. And no one should be saying things like, you need to go die. You guys are absolutely horrible, using prolific language, telling people that, you hope their family and sister and mother and brother and all the rest of it choke. Like, the poor dude put his brother down the other week. Like, he lost his brother. He's over in Australia. He's away from family. It's hard enough as it is already. These people have lives outside of basketball. You're lucky I almost didn't just swear then, because I'm that worked up about it. But screw you, Multi. Screw you as a human being, because what does that say about you as a human, that you think you've got the right to message a player telling them that they've got to kill themselves because we cannot win a basketball game and you didn't hit your multi? That's how Are You Serious?
And I agree.
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. If we see it happen on our socials, not only will you be banned, but it will be reported to the NBL, to the police commission, and all the rest of it. It'll be reported. It's disgusting. We don't want to see it happen. It needs to happen in your head. And even if it's happening in your head, that's not a thought that you need to voice or comment to anyone on any social media platform, in person or otherwise. Just don't let it happen. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. Are you serious? Enough said.
Enough said.
Move to positives.
Let's move on, because I agree with you with that. That is the Are You Serious moment of the week. Now we're going to move on to a new segment, really quick and super sharp. It's called Yeah, Nah. So I'm going to give you a statement and you have to say yeah or nah. So basically yes or no. All right. First one, Hawks are absolutely finished for season 25-26. We cannot handle teams who show intensity and aggression. We struggle in those moments. Teams are going to work us out. We are absolutely finished. Yeah or nah?
Yeah, nah. Yeah, we're done. We're done.
We're done.
We can't handle it. We can't handle it.
I see what you did there. Next one.
Can't handle it.
The NBL is rigged. Yeah
Yes.
or no?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Have a look at the
Wow.
foul counts recently in games.
Wow.
And we can say it because we're media specialists. You coaches you're not allowed to say it. Stu Lash, I'm talking to you, bud. Don't try and pull that card, all right?
Next one. The Sydney Kings / Queens are legit champion contenders. Yeah, nah.
Contenders? No. Pretenders? Yes. I think they can make it. Whether or not they win is yet to be seen. I'm going to give you a yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah, nah, yeah. And next one. We're going to the FIBA break. Now, I had a little look at the squads that are coming out for this. Now, usually when Australia plays New Zealand, I'm like, this is easy win for the Boomers. But I looked at the New Zealand squad, and I think it's a very nice-looking squad. Yeah, nah. New Zealand can beat the Boomers in this FIBA break. It's a 2-game series.
Does it go to a third if they're tied?
No, I think it's just it's a qualifying thing. I think it might
separate.
go. I'm not too sure whether it goes on for and against or something, but I think they play one away and one at home, I think. But I'm pretty sure it's just 2 games.
I think they take one, and I think they take the first game, and I think Australia bounces back and they win the second game. If not,
and then I think it might come down.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it comes down to like a spread cover or whether this is just a couple of
standalone
games that go to a table or something. I'm not too sure. I haven't read into it, but I want to comment on that. I think New Zealand can beat us. I looked at their team. They've got players who are in form. Sam Menenga is killing it.
Max Darling, Carlton Davidson.
Yeah, Harrison. They've got big boys who are playing good basketball. Not the Hawks. The Boomers seem to be struggling a little bit with the big guys. I think the main big guys who they're going to have is Hunter. Like Magne's listed, but he's injured, so I don't know whether he's going to play.
Keanu Pinder was named as his replacement.
Okay, well, he'll be definitely very, very handy. And I know they also have, I think, Nick Kay and Jack White coming in. I don't know. I looked at our team, and it's not a terrible Boomers team. I think they can get the job done, but I just really like the look of the New Zealand team. Mojave King's in there too, playing some really great basketball. Flynn Cameron's a great player as well. They've just got. I just really like the look of their squad, and I'll be shocked if the Boomers win both. I think New Zealand have a real chance here. The Kiwi bros, cousins. I think they can get the job done.
I reckon it's a yeah, nah, yeah, because I reckon it'll be a split. I reckon it'll be tied, but it's time to say goodbye. Unfortunately, it is everything that we have got for this episode. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely awesome. Hawks, we love you. We appreciate you. We're there in spirit. Adelaide tonight at Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Bryce Cotton, he's finding form a little bit. He's finding form, but I really think that no neck, no good.
No neck, no good.
He's going to be a ball hog in front of the home fans. And quote me if I'm wrong. Tell me down in the comments. But I feel like the last time we played Adelaide, we were without an import because we had just let Jacory go.
I think you're right.
And we hadn't signed QJ yet. And if we did, it was the game that he was away because then he didn't play until the next game he was home. So QJ may be the difference in this game. And we've got Davo back. Davo's back. He's back in form. He's got his defense on.
That was his reform game, Davo, when he played against Adelaide. But
it's going to be a good one tonight.
Do the sign-off. You know what you have to do.
But Hangout fans, we appreciate you. We love you. We love all the support. We'll let you know what is happening with these marches on our Thursday night games, coming into a huge stretch of home games at the Wynn Entertainment Centre, your sandpit, the home of the reigning, defending, undisputed Illawarra Hawks, 2025 reigning champions. Corey, my man, it's a pleasure like always. It's a pleasure sitting here talking about Hawks basketball, drinking a brewski from the one and only Principal Brewing. We appreciate all you do for us. Meso, Connor, everyone at Principal Brewing. Sean Williams, you're my guy. Love you to bits, brother. Enable you too. We love you guys. Absolutely appreciate it. 40 years in business. Absolutely killing it together. Make sure you go check them out. They've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And of course, Sammy Aykroyd over at 18th Dynasty. Merchandise coming soon. Stay prepared. Stay with it. Stay woke, Hawks fans. And as always, Corey, fly you Hawks.
Fly high.
Woo!
Hawks Hangout, wild and free.